Check us out in Michigan on the first weekend of November at Grand Rapids Comic-Con. Hope to see you there. This episode brought to you by Factor, America's #1 ready-to-eat meal kit. Also brought to you by NordVPN, cybersecurity built for every day.
It's the full Nostalgia Week, Nostalgia Week, Nostalgia Week. It's the full Nostalgia Week channel also. It's the full Nostalgia Week, Nostalgia Week, Nostalgia Week. It's the full Nostalgia Week channel also. Get ready for Tanner and more Nostalgia Week.
Hello, I'm the Nostalgia Critic guy, remember? So you don't have to. You know, for a long time, Halloween movies didn't have a lot to do with Halloween. Think about all the movies about classic monsters and slasher killers. Very few of them actually put that much focus on the holiday. Once in a while you got one, but they were pretty few and far between. Even movies named after the holiday didn't have a ton of the holiday in it. You actually had to go the third one to get a lot of that classic Halloween atmosphere. However, that seems to be changing recently. A lot more Halloween movies are incorporating Halloween into them, with trick-or-treaters, decorations, ghoulish pranks, stuff that celebrates the holiday rather than just take place on it, if they even do that. And in my opinion, I think Trick or Treat was the start of that. Trick or Treat is an anthology film that does with Halloween what a drag queen does with glitter. Absolutely gets covered in it. After being passed from festival to try and find an audience. It was actually first screened in December, if you can believe it. Maybe that's where the director got the idea for his next flick. It finally accumulated one when it came to DVD. With a sequel in development and even Halloween costumes being made, Trick or Treat has become a staple of the season for many. The funny thing is, like I mentioned, director Michael Dougherty, I don't know, I just see my name in there, also made the movie Krampus, another seasonal horror film with a dark take on its holiday. And like Krampus, it's a unique experience in that I notice people watch the movie and usually find it alright at best, but something stays with them afterwards. The memory of the movie might actually be stronger than the movie itself. That is to say, its visuals, ideas, and overall atmosphere might be what makes it so unique. You know those films you watch that you really like, but then you struggle to remember years later? This guy's films seem to be the opposite. People usually find them okay at first, but something about them stays with people years later. I'm actually finding these movies more and more interesting. Like, I recall lady werewolves, a goblin trick-or-treater, bullies begging for their comeuppance, but I don't really remember any characters' names or even how half the stories end. So why do some passable films like this stay with me, and some films I know are smarter and I enjoyed more sometimes fade away? Well, we're gonna dive in and find out. So put on your Sam costume, or half a Sam costume, or dress up your dog. This needs to stop. We need to stop. This is Trick or Treat. We open with a film strip about the proper way for kids to act around Halloween.
There are a few guidelines all ghosts and goblins should follow. Always stay on sidewalks.
Don't wear a bunny mask with a Superman costume. What's the matter with you? We cut to the present. 16 years ago, as a couple named Emma and Henry return home from a party and dare to blow out their jack-o'-lantern.
You're supposed to keep it lit.
Why?
Ancient tradition?
It's Halloween, not Hanukkah.
But Spirited Away knockoffs will get you.
What?
Upstairs.
Babe, let's just take all this crap down. It looks like a crime scene.
Well, maybe if you didn't decorate your lawn like any 5 minutes of Black Klansman.
Go inside, put on the tape.
Just as they're literally about to do it like they do on the Discovery Channel, somebody watches from afar.
It took you guys so long.
I was seeing how long I could go before the cops were called on me. You know, typical college boy stuff.
Happy Halloween.
I really like they edit this like the killer's gonna be behind the sheets, but it turns out is in the box. 9 out of 10 times the killer shows up right after the fake out, so I'm glad he shows up after 2 fake outs. Not like this! Not in a Leprechaun movie!
Here is a sucker for the little sucker, eh?
And the moral of the story is, don't get killed. I like that the film taking from everything Halloween also includes Halloween movies. Like, this intro has a very creep show vibe, with the comics being mixed with very psycho-sounding music, right after a clear homage to the first Halloween movie. Not to mention an homage to the scariest trope of all, a sometime earlier credit. I guess it could be worse. You could cut back to Emma with a voiceover saying, "You're probably wondering how I got here."
Warren Valley, Ohio, where the holiday and all of its strange traditions are taken very seriously.
In Ohio? I somehow doubt that. Now there was a Cedar Point / Sauerkraut Balls festival. That I could believe. We're introduced to a group of college girls dressing up like fairy tale characters and talking as horny as possible.
Tits keep popping out.
That's the idea.
Perfectly good guys in the city.
Fresh meat.
And Maria Saylor was a girl.
She had a nice ass.
Hey, will you keep it down? The writer of the scene is listening. But one of them, named Lori, played by Anna Paquin, is embarrassed by her costume.
Open the door or we'll huff and we'll puff. Come on, seriously, open up.
I didn't even get to the blow part. That'd be 10 references from my horny girl cliches punch card.
Just in town for a party tonight, and I was wondering what time you get off work.
They invite the cashier to meet them at the party, while the bad Santa kid acts like a little shit, like he does in most of his movies.
That can't be good for your diabetes, Charlie. Sit down, Charlie.
Sit down, Charlie. Your life is through.
Tonight is about respecting the dead, because this is the one night that the dead roam free.
That's right. My role as the lizard might come back from the dead tonight, so let's pretend Spider-Man 3 never happened.
But I already pretend that.
Good boy.
All these traditions, they were started to protect us, but nowadays, no one really cares.
Let me go more into the history of Halloween. Oh, right, like I said, the audience wouldn't care. On to the gory stuff.
Always check your candy.
You know, I'll just say it. Between doing this and half a performance in a wedgie, this kid must have had a hard time in school. Imagine every year at Halloween and Christmas, somebody brings these movies up. Look, kid, I know you're like 30, but I'm giving you an Amazon gift card for free therapy. We will stop those Fortune Feimster jokes. Not that she made jokes about you, just that you look like her. Though maybe she did, I don't know. You ever see my movie Happiness?
We know you're in there. We can see you.
Some other kids come trick-or-treating, and I love this look on both the kid and Dylan Baker's face when he puts together where the blood might have come from.
Happy Halloween.
It'll be a happier Halloween if you slip me a 20.
You're a round, slow-moving boy, aren't you?
Happy Halloween.
Don't you love it when you kill a kid around other kids while you also have kids? In a way, I guess that makes me sympathize with why he kills kids, but how do you think he was gonna get away with this?
Go watch Charlie Brown, and I'll be in a minute.
Charlie Brown's an asshole.
I kinda love a movie that treats Charlie Brown the same way the comic strip world would.
Daddy, I want to go to the parade. Daddy, I wish Mommy was still alive.
I told him she might be, I just haven't dug her up to check for sure yet.
Let's carve a scary face this time.
He takes his son downstairs to carve a pumpkin and... Oh, yeah, this is YouTube. The head of the kid you saw earlier is fine. He wasn't taken downstairs or carved into at all, and no swear words, especially the F word, were said a couple times in a row back to back. Oh, by the way, you can totally watch this movie on YouTube. Nothing makes sense! The trick-or-treaters from before go to the next house trying to find a jack-o'-lantern for their scavenger hunt.
Great costume.
Isn't it just perfect?
I'm gay now. I'm straight now.
Watch out for monsters.
Ooh, that's 2 holiday horror films she's been in now. They find a house covered in jack-o'-lanterns who were made by a kid named Rhonda.
Did you carve all these yourself?
Made my costume too.
I'm Schrader.
Rhonda.
Ah, a cute scene! Kill it with fire! Wow, they actually killed that scene with fire. Well played. We see a couple making out in an alleyway, but one of them bites off more than he should chew. Dude, I've been so drunk my girlfriend had to close my eyes too. Have fun leaving her here like a totally normal person would. Hey, there is some Halloween education in this.
Predating Christianity, the Celtic holiday was celebrated on the one night between autumn and winter.
Again, remember your audience.
I like your eye patch.
Shit, I must be getting old. I legit want to hear more about Halloween. The trick-or-treaters make their way to a giant cliff where a bus was said to drive off carrying a bunch of kids.
It was this bus full of crazy...
Jesus, will you shut up and let me tell the damn story?
Want to see another impression of YouTube?
You said a bad word.
Copyright claim. I mean age restricted. I mean something that can easily be abused.
She tells the story about how a bus carrying disabled kids was thrown off a cliff because their parents were sick of raising them. Man, between this and the ring, I guess the best way to handle any kid with differences is gravity.
Home. I'm gonna go home.
One kid gets loose, though, and stops their evil plan of driving them off a cliff by driving them off a cliff. Sheesh, boy, did it really make sense having that busload of kids drown?
Maybe.
The kids decide to leave the jack-o'-lanterns, each representing one of the 8 victims.
Is that one of yours?
Yes.
It's very pretty.
Thank you.
Okay, I know these two have only had like 3 lines, but I kind of ship the hell out of them. I totally want a movie where they grow up into Welcome to the Dollhouse meets the Addams Family.
Hello? Who's your favorite big sister?
While that's going on, Lori splits from her group, yet isn't having any luck finding some boys to mingle with.
Not now, Andrew.
Josh.
Whatever.
Okay, am I the only one at first who thought that was a sitcom audience going, ooh? Corey Matthews really did turn into a werewolf in the worst episode of Boy Meets World. You just want to sleep, don't you? But it's hard when you know your online information can be out there for anyone to see. Let's say you want to surf the web at a local restaurant so you connect to their Wi-Fi. And oh no, it's a fake network set up as part of an evil twin MITM attack. While you're browsing, criminals can harvest any sensitive data you enter. You can't sleep while that's going on. Thankfully, there's a solution. Encrypt your online traffic with NordVPN at all times to keep their naughty fingers out. That way you can get plenty of sleep tonight. Whoa, what is this? I guess there's a story or something going on in this graphic. Alright, didn't know that when I got it. Anyway, back on track, NordVPN! A VPN acts as an intermediary between the user getting online and connecting to the internet by hiding their IP address. So your information is always kept safe. By God, what is going on here? What was I talking about? Oh, NordVPN, yeah. I've used it myself and it hasn't let me down yet. I love that it's easy to use, you connect with literally just one click. It has amazing speed that's confirmed by speed tests. In fact, it's the fastest VPN out there. And it works on every major platform: Windows, Android, iOS, Mac OS, and Linux. Even your Android TV supports NordVPN. This is wild. What is happening in this scenario? Oh, I guess that's it. That was the end of that. So I get to connect that to a sponsorship somehow. Yeah, not even trying it. But I can tell you about a great deal. Users can get a huge discount with the purchase of a 2-year plan plus 4 months free. You can grab NordVPN's new deal at nordvpn.com/nostalgia and get extra subscription time. Try it risk-free now with a 30-day money-back guarantee. A big thanks to NordVPN for sponsoring our show. And apologies for whatever this was. I'm gonna try and get some better graphics here. There we go. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. Okay, it got bad. That's pretty nightmarish. Hey, Factor's a thing. You like food, but hopefully you don't eat it too late so you don't dream stuff like this. But hey, with the busy fall season already in swing, you might be looking for wholesome, convenient meals for jam-packed days. And Factor, America's #1 ready-to-eat meal kit, can help you fuel up fast for breakfast, lunch, and dinner with chef-prepared, dietitian-approved, ready-to-eat meals delivered straight to your door. You'll save time, eat well, and stay on track with your healthy lifestyle. Alright, let's try another one here. What on earth? Is this just how people sleep now? You type in sleep in an image search and this is what comes up? This is what people think of when they think of sleep? Yeah, like I said, Factor food, yes, because this connects to that awesome. With Factor, you skip the extra trip to the grocery store and the chopping, prepping, and cleaning up too, while still getting the flavor and nutritional quality you need. Their fresh, never frozen meals are ready in just 2 minutes. And you can also get that extra boost to support your wellness goals. Try Protein Plus meals with 30 grams of protein or more per serving. In fact, there's a gigantic variety of food you can choose from. Calorie conscious, gourmet plus, vegetarian, you name it. Okay, this one doesn't seem too bad. But the more I look at it, it's kind of getting creepier. It's getting creepier. It's creepy. This is creepy. On to the next. With Factor, you can rest assured you're making a sustainable choice. They offset 100% of their delivery emissions and source 100% renewable electricity for their production sites and offices. And there's this now. I'm just getting to the deal. Head to factor.com/nostalgia50 and use the code nostalgia50 to get 50% off. That's code nostalgia50 at factormeals.com/nostalgia50 to get 50% off. Don't miss this opportunity. It's great food at a great price. And can I please get one normal image when I just type in the word sleep? Yeah, sure. Doug plays Spider-Man 2 every Friday on Twitch. We also have content 5 days a week. Hope to see you there. Back with the trick-or-treaters, it looks like something might be knocking the kids off. The cover to the Magic School Bus's most controversial work. It looks like the kids are rising from the dead, but it turns out it's just one hell of an amazing choreographed prank on Rhonda.
Here, let me see.
As the leader of this kid gang, I don't know, what the hell am I doing?
But of course, they're attacked by real spooks as the drowned kids rise and try to eat them up.
Rhonda, open the gate!
I don't know what's wrong with y'all. I'm friends with a disabled kid. Oh, maybe not.
Where's she going? Rhonda!
I've seen couples work through worse. They could have made it happen. Back with Lori, she makes her way to the party, slowly becoming aware she's being followed by the killer from earlier.
What big eyes you have.
Oh, really? Most creeps say what big boobs I have. Say, I know you're trying to kill me, but what are you doing later?
As you may have put together, though, the tables are quite turned, as Lori is a werewolf and was luring a boy for them all to feed on.
I'm nervous.
I mean, the Red Riding costume was so on the nose.
I will admit, though, I didn't put together the killer was Dylan Baker's character.
What are you doing?
Joke's on you, I literally prayed this is how I would go. I have so many specific internet friends to tell about this. I give major credit they actually built these werewolves as opposed to whatever the hell we've gotten for years. And we cut to earlier where we see an angry neighbor, played by Brian Cox, loves scaring kids off and stealing their candy. I have to admit, I give this film a higher rating, not just for having a Scooby-Doo cartoon on TV, but for having it be their best Scooby-Doo cartoon. That's attention to detail there. Something tries to get in his house, though, and he thinks he's ready for whatever it is.
Get the hell off my...
Why, that was very thoughtful! Very thoughtful! The tricks don't stop there, though, as the film's mascot named Sam, which I know is short for something else, but I'm sorry, it's really weird just calling this monster Sam, continues to make his night a living hell. I love the idea of a killer trick-or-treater. I mean, I don't know, I feel like that must have been done in a horror film before, but this one seems to really go all the way with the idea. He doesn't just kill people in costume, he kills them in a way that ties into the playful yet demented ways of Halloween. Like I've said before, I really like when we get a new slasher killer that stands the test of time, and this character is unique enough in both design and idea to leave a long impact. Oh, that's horrifyingly delicious! I'm sorry Succession ended the way it did! I didn't know it was only gonna be okay! I didn't know it was only going to be okay! At first I didn't like the idea of seeing this thing without its mask on, but by God, if a haunted trick-or-treater who has the ultimate love of Halloween has to have a face, that is the face. Having him bleed pumpkin seeds is also a great touch. Though it does make me watch the pumpkin who can smile a different way, though. Sam just takes his candy bar back because, I don't know, he didn't blow out a jack-o'-lantern like a true maniac, I guess. And it's revealed he was the bus driver who killed those kids years ago. But again, he didn't blow out a jack-o'-lantern, so he's totally worth another shot.
Trick or treat.
He ends up giving kids candy now instead of scaring them off, but in one last surprise, the kids he drove off the cliff return.
Trick or treat.
Yeah, okay, play it.
What a twist!
And that was Trick or Treat, and I have to admit, it is a little better than I remembered it. Okay, I can't say it's great writing or super complex characters. Honestly, I do wish a lot of the stories had stronger twists or more interactions outside these characters just crossing paths every once in a while. Though I guess a few of those do have a good payoff. But the visuals, the atmosphere, the practical effects, and the performances do make it very memorable. It's so refreshing to see a film not covered in CGI and see actual puppets and costumes made from scratch. The actors don't really have a ton to work off of in terms of the written page, but because they did pick good performers, it allows them to bring a lot of their own unique charm to the roles. Being an anthology movie also works to its advantage because you can jump from one Halloween scenario to another, allowing this movie to fill up on ghoulish tropes the same way your trick-or-treat bag fills up with candy. It's also cool that this movie was just kind of quietly discovered. I guess it never got a wide, big screen release, which really is a shame. But when they released it on DVD, word did spread, and everyone sort of said, hey, have you seen this movie? It's got some cool scenes in it, it's just dripping with Halloween. Kind of like how a lot of classic Halloween horror films of the past have been discovered. While I can't call it great cinema, I can call it a memorable celebration of the many things most of us enjoy about this kick-ass holiday. I'm a Nostalgia Critic guy, remember it? So you don't have to.
Charlie Brown's an asshole.
This month for Cameos for Charity, we're doing Build Chicago. We've worked with this group before, and I can tell you this is a fantastic organization. Their mission is to help build hope, resilience, and a path to a promising future for young people. Reaching over 2,500 youths a year, they work hard to inspire hope and offer opportunities to those who didn't always have access to them. So if you want a cameo of me saying happy birthday or good luck or whatever, click on the link below and be giving to a good cause. Or if you're like, no, you suck, I don't like you suck, well, consider checking out this organization anyway. It's great people doing great work, and you can play a big part in helping out in their efforts.